Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. A name from Swift Current's past is circulating once again in the court system, as new charges have been brought forward against Graham James, a former minor hockey coach. The case against 31-year-old Michael Chichula, a former Swift Current RCMP Constable, is set for trial on November 24th and 25th in Queens Bench Court, Swift Current. A mini Multicultural Festival took place in downtown Swift Current this week as the Newcomer Welcome Centre celebrated 5 years as a non-profit organization.
Swift Current was the place to be for soccer, as 39 teams from across the province gathered for the 19th Annual Soccerfest.
Thanks for joining us here today. Convicted sex offender Graham James is facing more criminal charges, this time in a Swift Current courtroom. We have more in today's top story.
A name from Swift Current's past is circulating once again in the court system, as new charges have been brought forward against Graham James, a former minor hockey coach. Details are limited at this time. However, according to the RCMP, back on September 27th of 2013, the Swift Current RCMP General Investigation Section received a complaint from a former Swift Current Bronco of a historical sexual assault occurring between 1990 and 1991. Following a thorough investigation by the RCMP, 62-year-old Graham James is now charged with sexual assault, contrary to 271 of the 1991 Criminal Code. James was the coach of the Swift Current Broncos at the time of the alleged assault and was the victim's coach. The case was presented before the judge in Swift Current Provincial Court on Monday, with a publication ban ordered by the Crown. Meanwhile, James's lawyer, who appeared via telephone, waived the reading of the new charges. And there will be no preliminary hearing, with the case against Graham James set to be heard by judge alone on June 19th in Court of Queen's Bench, Swift Current. A turn of events which is once again shining the spotlight on the city of Swift Current and bringing this reaction from the city's mayor.
I'm very proud of them that they've, after a long time, worked within themselves to be able to come forward and press charges, and that's everything that we're trying to do in our community. You know, the tough part is that it always feels like it's a black eye for Swift Current, but the reality of it is this stuff happens everywhere. You know, events like this make us think that it's hockey coaches or in athletics, but the reality of it is it's uncles and grandpas, and it's everywhere. And what we want to do in Swift Current is continue to elevate the conversation. I have no doubt there's more Graham James victims out there. There's more Ryan Chamberlain type individuals, not only in the Southwest but everywhere. And the more we can talk about it and give victims confidence to come forward, and that's what we want to do.
James is a former hockey coach in the Western Hockey League and is currently serving time in jail for his sexual assaults against numerous victims, including Sheldon Kennedy, Todd Holt, Theo Fleury, and another unidentified victim.
A trial date has been set for a former Swift Current RCMP Constable following drug trafficking charges.
In other court news, the case against 31-year-old Michael Chichula, a former Swift Current RCMP Constable, is set for trial on November 24th and 25th in Queens Bench Court, Swift Current. Chichula is charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking for cocaine and ecstasy. The arrest on January 19th in Swift Current came about through an extensive investigation by the Moose Jaw Police Service and the RCMP F Division Major Crime Unit, including an internal code of conduct investigation, with the drug trafficking occurring in the Greater Toronto area. Chichula made a brief appearance before the judge on Monday morning and was ordered to pay a $1,500 cash recognizance as the accused wishes to relocate to Toronto. Chichula has been suspended from his posting as a general duty constable at the Swift Current Rural Detachment since last October. And 30-year-old Cody Bender of Swift Current was back in provincial court this week. Back in March, Bender pled guilty to the attempted robbery at Bulk Barn with a steak knife, the intent to commit the robbery while concealing his identity, and breaking probation. On Monday, conditions to his release were adjusted for employment purposes. Bender is yet to be sentenced for the attempted robbery at Bulk Barn in Swift Current, with his next provincial court appearance set for June the 1st.
The Newcomer Welcome Centre in Swift Current has reached a milestone, and a celebration recently marked the occasion.
The mini Multicultural Festival took place in downtown Swift Current this week as the Newcomer Welcome Centre celebrated 5 years as a nonprofit organization. Market Square was filled with entertainment and food representing a range of cultures. An event which was organized by the staff and newcomers who now call Swift Current home.
But we have volunteers in the newcomer community for the Indian food, the Latin food, the Filipino food, and the Baltic food. They were the ones who said, yes, we will do it. This is a fundraiser to raise money for summer camps. We would love for the newcomers to experience the Canadian summer camps.
A celebration which also spotlights the many programs and other initiatives which have assisted hundreds of new individuals relocating to the Southwest over the past number of years. An accomplishment which is applauded by the province.
I think there's almost 61,000 newcomers now since 2007, people who've come, new Canadians who've chosen Saskatchewan. Almost 1,000 of them came to Swift Current, and roughly close to 600 stayed. That's a great retention number actually for a smaller centre like Swift Current. And the reason I think that people are staying is because of supports like the centre. The centre isn't just a physical office for people to come and ask questions if they're new to this city and new to our province. It's friends. It's a network of people who make you feel comfortable at home, and they do a great job.
The Newcomer Welcome Centre first started in 2007 through Great Plains College and later received nonprofit status in 2010. The Newcomer Welcome Centre is located in the heart of downtown Swift Current and offers a range of services to newcomers across the Southwest.
The 19th Annual Soccerfest in Swift Current attracted players and spectators from across the province. We bring you the highlights in this report.
Swift Current was the place to be for soccer as 39 teams from across the province gathered for the 19th Annual Soccerfest. Matches were scheduled at Riverside Park, Ashley Park, and Highland Park, with boys and girls from U10 to U18 age groups. Teams traveled from Regina, Medicine Hat, and as far away as Yorkton and Weyburn, a welcome change for parents and participants alike.
Yeah, it's always good to be at home where we can stay home and not have to stay in hotels and just get some games at home. We don't get to do it a lot, so it's definitely something we look forward to. I think the players really look forward to it.
Yeah, and then you get used to be on your own field. Yeah, because home advantages, they say.
Yeah, it's really good because usually Swift Current is traveling, so it's really nice to have teams come and show support back to us. Yeah, it's awesome to be at home playing for once. It's just a little rush getting between games, but that's okay.
After 19 years of Soccerfest in Swift Current, it would seem that the tournament ran itself. But it's only through the combined efforts of committed volunteers that this event continues to be successful and attract so many teams to travel to the Southwest.
Just it takes a lot of volunteers to run something like this, and we are, extremely appreciative of all of those that are helping us out to make it successful. And when you run a well-organized event, teams tell other teams, and then they always want to come back. So that's something that we're hoping that we can do.
We have a committee of coaches that kind of gets together and helps organize this team. So I was out there trying to get medals for the tournament. That was a big job, and applying for grants, and then just doing a little bit of reffing and then coaching the two teams. So it's a big effort with a bunch of volunteers, a bunch of coaches, parents helping out with concession and raffle tickets and hardest shot and field marshalling and coaching and getting the field set up. So it's a good effort by a lot of people to host a huge tournament here.
Dale Perry has been involved with Swift Current Soccer for nearly 30 years, and since becoming technical director of the Swift Current Soccer Association, hopes to see the popularity and skill level improve across all age groups.
Our registrations have been pretty solid over the 30-some-odd years that we have. When you go back to the 50 kids in the first year or whatever, and the 750 kids that play now, I mean, it went up, and now it's basically leveled. I mean, you can only do so much, and it's been hard to do it strictly from volunteer help. Now I can concentrate on doing some things that we weren't able to do in the past because, that these are my jobs now, not just a volunteer doing a few things that that you can get an hour here or an hour there. Our vision, we want to have some teams in the Premier Soccer League in a couple of years. That's our goal. Originally it was 5, and I'm cutting it down to 2. So we want to sort of build that soccer is a culture of success and a desire to participate with us.
This goal of improving the skill and parity across the association has also affected current teams, with emphasis on technical skills and positional play, pushing squads to play better as a group.
Our players have improved since the starting of our season.
You could see them a lot. Like at the beginning, we needed to know positioning and all that, but now we have it down.
Yeah. We were like falling apart at the first, but then now we're all together and we're doing good now.
Yeah.
And with teams from Swift Current walking away with 3 golds and 3 silvers across the tournament, it definitely seems the culture of soccer is as strong as it ever was in the city. For Southwest TV News, I'm Craig Chaplin.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.